I know what you're thinking. Is the title true? No. Get clickbait, dumb human feces producer. I can't swear on like the first minute or the video gets age restricted. Something along those lines, I'm not exactly sure. I know the video gets demonetized, but I don't make money from this fucking site, so I don't need to worry about that. Well, shit. So you may be wondering why communism makes me do a violent dookie in my man knickers. Because I promise you, I'm a man, not a femboy, despite what you might want to believe. Well, I'd answer that it's because the entire thing is a sham. It's about controlling the wrong people gaining authority. We saw this with people like Stalin, Mao Zedong, fuck him, all of the North Korean leaders, Xi Jinping, and many more. If they were honest about the whole thing, then I'd be less likely to just simultaneously violently vomit and shit myself to the point I'm fucking hospitalised. But they're not, so I guess it would appear that I'm more fucked than Deco and quite literally every My Hero Academia fanfic. Now I know that the second anyone sees this video and I bring up the humanitarian crises, the genocides, the human rights violations, and everything else, they're going to say something like, "Oh, that's not real communism." Well, all I'll say is the guy who started communism is buried in London. You know, the place where capitalism fucking started, you idiots. And he's buried in a private cemetery because he didn't want to be buried with the rest of us peasants. You actually can't make this shit up. I mean, you can, but it would take too much time, and even though I'm not at college right this fucking second, I haven't got that much time to waste. There's only 24 hours in a day, you know, I have better shit to waste my time on. Like playing War Thunder for an ungodly amount of time, and at times of night when I should be sleeping because I'm a teenager, and teenagers like myself need our beauty ranks. I mean beauty rest. Sorry, in case you hadn't noticed, I'm British, so being sarcastic is something I have to do per my contract. So, from the bottom of my capitalist heart, I want you to know I cannot give less fucks about if you think I need to be more serious or if I need to stop fucking swearing. I'm going to do it anyway, and not even God can stop me. Did I steal that from Habitual Line Crosser? Yes. Do I care? Not really. He's hilarious and that joke is hilarious. And if you're not laughing, then I become an American citizen so I can exercise the Second Amendment on your ass. What the fuck is a communist? Anyway, back to the topic at hand. Shitting on communism, or as the retards on Twitter, I'm never calling X, by the way, TikTok, and in the YouTube comment section would call it spreading anti-communist propaganda. But it's not my fault that all I have to do to spread anti-communist propaganda is read a history book. Yes, I know that's stolen from the Fat Electrician, but I don't care. If it's the truth, then I'll spread it like wildfire, and if it's false, I'm gonna spread clips of me shitting on it like Epstein squirted on kids with his buddy Andrew. For instance, the truth is that every single time we've tried communism, it's ended in either genocide or human rights violations or both, and when it's both, it's taken to the absolute extreme. Granted, not to the level of the angry mustache man and the no-no Germans, but nonetheless extreme. So not only is communism the worst ideology, somehow beating fascism because at least one did something that didn't involve starving an entire city. Oh wait, that was like the entire point of both, wasn't it? Starving people and giving people free showers in open heart surgeries with firearms. Was that joke too far? Probably it was, but I have no regrets and not enough dignity left to even try to give a fuck. I've spent them all, sorry. I'd like to go back to that time when the Soviets tried to starve a city. That city being Berlin, and the operation that stopped that from happening being the USA's Operation Vittles and Great Britain's Operation Plainfare, and later added by Australia's Operation Pelican, otherwise known as the Berlin Airlift. I don't know the Australian part is true, but I know the American British parts are. So if I'm wrong, then please let me know, and if I'm right, then go fuck yourself with a hairbrush and a side of mashed potatoes and gravy. Also, didn't the Soviets sell East Germans to the West? Like, regular civilians were cheap, and civilians who were highly skilled, like doctors and engineers, were more expensive. Even though Stalin killed everyone who was intelligent because he was a fucking retard. Anyway, seems odd for a class or state to assign different values to people. And I'm British, so I naturally know a lot about the societal class structure. And yes, I grew up in a caste and was taught at Hogwarts like all the other tea guzzlers and crumpet munchers. The thing I find funniest about the whole communism scheme is how most of the time the people leading the different regimes have the charisma of a brick and the emotion and intelligence of a teaspoon, along with the mental stability of an autistic baby with anger issues. Was that too detailed? Maybe, but I used up my fuck budget, and I haven't got any more to give. So poor me. And if you're from California, that was sarcasm. If you think I'm being too offensive or too capitalist in this video, then go fuck yourself as I fuck your mother. Though I will admit I shouldn't fuck the demented. After all, never stick your dick in crazy. Anyway, would you like to hear something absolutely unsurprising? There's been a famine enduring every communist regime. It's almost like communism doesn't work and is all about control. Hang on. Definition of a cult: system or religious veneration and devotion directed towards a particular figure or object. Relatively small group of people having religious beliefs or practice regarded by others as strange or imposing excessive control over other members. I mean, do you really need me to say anymore? I mean, do you really, or are you so demented that you still think communism is a cult? How is this for your life? Also, isn't it just fucking perfect how every communist state has either collapsed or is close to collapsing? The Soviet Union being the biggest example. Cambodia is also a collapsed communist state, if you can believe it. China is on the verge. Cuba is on the verge, I think. North Korea is just North Korea. They can be taken out by a box of honey buns. In those, about all the communist countries I can name off the top of my head. So, yeah, fuck you. So if you're thinking about doing a coup, do not, and I mean do not, try to do communism. It will fail, and I'll probably just laugh at you. The United States of fuck communism will likely try to influence your government, or they'll just show up and kill all of them quicker than politicians can comprehend whatever the fuck is going on. Mainly because they're crypt keepers, but anyway. And while many think it'll be the Marines that'll be doing it, nah, it'll be the Chair Force. AKA the Air Force, AKA Death Receptionist. They will schedule you an appointment with the deity of your choosing at your earliest convenience. And if working in tandem with the Marines, or if the Marines are the ones flying the airplanes, then you're going to be reminded that it's not a war crime the first time, and Geneva's going to realise it was even an option in the first place. So to end the video, know that communism will always suck, it's always sucked, and if you try it and fuck with any boat anywhere, you'll remember that there's a reason we left room at the bottom of the Geneva Convention.